Be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Nanka the late Jacob Bechebilamte Etiasia. Nanka he will be very, very proud. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Otanka Ga fluently. And Jebiana Oabake ne Akwaba beye issue in Ghana's politics and as a Ghana's social system. The Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ko Greater Accra na very essential say oba respect the indigenes of the traditional Galand na or the incline atofo na incline no ko hwe the way Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ya oyi ni wan beka se perfume rice ba utie kasa no kukuru bi eshi kura no ko hwe incline kasa eshi rado Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the delegates for no ekasa ne hwe this short moment we are near Kotie Imanis Kofi Bentel one of the CSOs Mukoshia President Bahama na drinchre efa meeting and their course with Jubilee House. But in the first short moment, Yanko T. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and an fluent Oabake language ewo Greater Accra.
Your turn. For shiki. There was small power, young fair for shiki and doctor. Gentlemen, my taking it about this.
Kofi.
Yep.
Imani had already said before attending that this was useless. You don't need more talking. You should just do.
Yeah.
But you still attended.
Well, my president attended. It's his prerogative. I put it out that I wasn't going to go. And I was just telling my brother Inusa here, 10 years plus, it's the same place. We were saying the same things. We've talked and talked. I have said all kinds of things, some taken, some not taken well. Look, activity is not the same as progress. We are seeing a lot of activity, a lot of stimulation, a lot of talk, no progress. Galamsey is getting worse. So we don't need more talk, number one. Look, don't look at what people are saying. Look at the ground, and then you will know what is going on. Let me give you an example. Despite all the mountain of talk, when this government came in, nothing or not much has been done in terms of stopping Galamsey, but we have been able to establish Gold Board, pass the law, pass LI, set up the institution, gone onto the ground, start buying gold, and we've mobilized billions of dollars of gold, sold it and done all kinds of, all within this space, but we have not been able to solve Galamsey. Put it another way, a counterfactual. We have managed to set up systems to harness Galamsey gold, convert it to dollars and stabilize the economy. And we have not been able to stop Galamsey. Activity is not the same as progress. There's a lot of talk, no action, and the action is rather in harnessing Galamsey gold to establish this economy or make it better. In a sense, somebody will say that's good. The president said, after all, in the past, we were not benefiting from it. Now we are benefiting from it. I am telling you, I've come to the conclusion, we will not win the Galamsey fight. There is no sincerity in doing that. And look, the experts will tell us, all of us are going to pay a very heavy price for some people's private profit. It is not you and I who have to solve Galamsey. It is the president, his cabinet, his ministers, and the people we have given authority to go and solve it. To me, they don't have any interest in solving it because they think not solving it has better benefits for them politically.
After everything you saw and heard yesterday,
yes,
you still say
that's why I'm telling you, don't watch the talk, watch the action. All the things I saw and heard yesterday were what I expected to hear. And I've been hearing them for over 10 years.
Forest reserves. Oh, we are told that the EPA, or whichever it is, had to classify as red zones because their officers could simply not enter. There were armed tags in there. You dare not. We are told that even the military was asked to stay off.
Who asked the military to stay?
And now these places have been recovered. You don't see effort that is getting to bringing things under control?
You see, as we speak, there is more Galamsey now than we had yesterday. New equipment have come into this country and have found themselves onto, Galamsey sites. So I say there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of stimulation. Watch the ground. What is happening most in the area of gold in Ghana today is that Galamsey gold is being mobilized effectively, sold and being used to stabilize the economy. All of us are benefiting in that sense. So let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. We are doing more to mobilize the gold than to stop the mine.
Nsem-Pii, what you saw, do you have a change of mind? Some of the CSO leaders, you heard them after the encounter beginning to say, there appears to be a lot of effort, well-intentioned, and if they get the support they need, NIMOS, we'll get somewhere.
Well, I came out of the program yesterday hugely satisfied that something was being done, and that probably there was a change in approach to the Galamsey fight. And clearly, the president and the government appear to have a strategy, and they are implementing the strategy to the letter. They are also deeply, acutely aware that there are risks. And so the president did not rule out the imposition of a state of emergency. I also was very happy that the president appears to be giving vent to good governance metrics, that every government that intends to carry the people along in implementing a policy like stopping the Galamsey ought to be 1, transparent, 2, accountable, 3, empower government institutions, legal and regulatory or governance institutions, 4, engage stakeholders, and 5, fight corruption within the system. And I clearly could see it. That look, the government says, the president says, yes, I can impose state of emergency. The Constitution mandates me, gives me the authority to do so. But I act on the advice of a state institution. Clearly, given a perspective to the institutional approach of handling matters. And I was happy. He didn't appear to be dictatorial. He didn't also appear to be to act arbitrarily. He appeared to be relying on advice of institutions.
What method, what instrument is being deployed that is new from what we have done over the years, including when you were at the helm?
So when I was, again, let's come back and be honest with ourselves.
Show me what is new.
What is new is simply that, look, the president says, they reclaim forest reserves. I'm going to station military officers there. I never heard any government say that.
That's even included. That's not new.
It's new.
Isn't it happening?
Where? Tell me which forest reserve did you have military officers stationed?
Operation Galamsey and the rest, the soldiers were sent in there.
I'm not talking about sending soldiers in. I'm not talking about. I sent soldiers in. General Monsieur was the commander of the task force, but they were not stationed there. So the first attempt under even President General Dramani Mahama in this second term, they sent soldiers in, they sent police in, and when the police withdrew, the Galamseyers went back. They are telling us that they are going to station them permanently. That's new.
That's new.
It's new.
And that will be more effective.
Look, they are saying that apart from getting them there, we are going to ensure that we begin dechemicalizing our water bodies. We were thinking that we should first of all deal with Galamsey before dechemicalizing our water bodies. But they're saying that we're going to run that simultaneous, and you heard Professor Brown. He said, look, we are talking to the Minister of Finance, and when we get money, we are going to begin to look at that.
Okay.
It's new.
Okay, so Dr. Kwacha, having listened to all the people in the room who spoke, the president, the ministers, well, the minister at the helm says this will not be won with the gun. Well, they are not even afraid of the gun, are they? From your, articles I have read. This is Galamsey that used to be punished with 5 years imprisonment. In 2019, we improved the law and it's punished minimum 15 years in jail.
Yeah.
Minimum. And yet, they are not scared. Tell us your level of satisfaction or not from what you saw.
Thank you very much. The critical issue we need to understand is that Galamsey has transitioned. So for me, as a country, we should not even call it Galamsey because of the involvement of people who have power, involved people who have money, involved people who can control decisions, and indeed external influence, which hitherto were not known in the Galamsey space. So, for example, how many people can procure a single excavator? If you do the last count last year based on data available, at least more than 5,000 excavators are in Ghana. And they're not on the roads, they're not in the registered mining companies, but elsewhere working for people who are lining their pockets with proceeds from such particular activities. Thankfully, Goldboy, even though has its own criticisms, has been able to demonstrate that prior to them coming in, substantial amount of resource or money were being filtered through out of Ghana as to who knows where they were passing through. There's a major problem we need to deal with. And the interesting thing is that if people can procure weapons to control or protect their resources and assets in the bush, preventing forestry officials, having agitations and confrontations with military officials who are permitted legally with the police people, is creating a kind of environment where insecurity is beginning to fester and becoming a glaring picture in the environment of Ghana, which hitherto was unknown. So given what was displayed at the presidency, there is some degree of limited hope. I say limited hope because what is new is some of the things that the Honorable Minister has already alluded to. But I don't see any policy framework already well established, assessing the command control mechanisms, logistics approaches, because it's going to be very expensive. And we cannot only deploy soldiers without having the sufficient logistics support to work on it. So upfront, those things must be clear, as I said, must be transparent, and accountability must also be shared. Until we do that, we'll be going around in circles because there's a whole political incident coming up out of illegal mining now, where at any election cycle, either you are in opposition or you are in government, your language will change in a way. So it's important as a state, we look at it from that comprehensive angle and realize that it is indeed a problem. And that it is not only being perpetrated by Ghanaians, by foreigners who have now gained control over our even political economy.
We'll get you to tell us shortly about the national security implications as far as you are concerned about Galamsey.
Yes, sir.
So, Dr. Imaka, yes, from where you sit, but the people who provide labor for contractors, most of them are running into Galamsey.
One of the reasons why our cocoa production is dropping.
One of the reasons why
our cocoa production is dropping.
Oh, I see.
Because labor in the farming areas are shifting from the cocoa farms towards Galamsey. Sometimes you see the conversation this morning, if the president is watching or anybody responsible is watching, they should freeze and pause all the PR attempts and confront the issues. We are in a deep, deep, deep crisis. And for me, my disappointment is in the praise singers, those who were in the room with the president, and anytime they took the microphone, they kept lying to the entire country, lying to themselves and said, we have made progress in the past week. Samson, Galamsey has worsened in the past 10 months than it was before then. That is the truth. The president and the government should stop talking. They should deal with the matter in a manner that would give us results, shifting from doing the same things that we've been doing in the past and give us decisive action. Right now, the entire country is ready to rally behind them. And the last thing we want is gaslighting and PR and telling us that everything is fine when we know everything is not fine. One, stop buying the gold from the Galamseyers. Stop it. Because you are enabling Galamsey if you are providing already market for them. I thought that Gold Board was actually going to make it difficult for illegal gold to be sold. Rather, today in Ghana, gold sale is easier than it was in the past, because you have the guys who are buying from Gold Board working in the villages now and picking this gold from the government. And when I'm a Galamseyer and I hear the President of the Republic say that, well, it would have gone into private hands, and so once it's available, whether it's from illegal sources or legal sources, I will buy it. That is enabling Galamsey. That is a difficulty. That is a challenge. Number two, they should stop making the excuses. We are tired. 9 months, 6 months, 7 months, NPP, nobody matters. Something what we need right now is to deal with the issues. Licenses, you know, they said they've given licenses, revoke all the licenses, take every license out. You can do it tomorrow morning. Stop telling us about the number of licenses that we're giving. I was shocked when I heard the Lands and Natural Resource Minister say that, you wait, in the next few days, 250 licenses, we will revoke 250, revoke all. Cancel all the licenses. After all, in your social contract, you told us that in 120 days, you will ban all form of mining for a while.
But you were dishing out the licenses like confetti.
Revoke it. Cancel it. Terminate it. Because you disagree. You think that when I give somebody regulatory authority to go and engage in an activity, that is why the person is engaged in illegality. Revoke it. You see, the NDC have boxed themselves into an angle that is going to come back to bite them. To even create the impression to the entire country that because there is a licenses and regulatory regime, that is why an illegality is festering, is the biggest mistake they are making. Today we are waiting for them. Immediately they revoke the LI. I am looking at they revoking all licenses and cancelling all, not just 250. We are looking forward to seeing Galamsey ending, which is not going to be the case. It is not going to be the case because crime and illegality doesn't go for license before they perpetrate.
We have like just 3 minutes.
I am appealing to the government that having heard all these conversations and listening to everybody, even the opposition, me, a politician here, I am ready and willing to back the government and support them for us to deal with it. They should just take that.
Very excited and happy about the manner in which the president is approaching it. There is, if you like, he's bringing everybody on board because this is, you know, a very useful way to go about it. You had as many as 59 plus, you know, civil society organizations that were invited, and he said he wanted frank and constructive dialogue and practical solutions to the problem.
Council, the NDC, I mean, there are a lot of scientists here, so pardon me if I do politics and stick to some of the social issues. The NDC are beginning to get irritated at almost everybody. They are either warning people, threatening people, calling into shows and giving caveat. I think they need to calm down. It's just 9 months. The scientist is basically expressing a scientific...
Don't defend him. Speak to this thing. What kind of life is this?
Go ahead with your
The scientist is expressing a scientific opinion. And even in science, you know, there are a lot of disagreement and variances in views. So he's at liberty to say whatever he's saying. It is up to other opinions to test the view. So please, I'll protect him. I'll protect him here.
You are not the person to do that.
See, a few things have happened in the past few weeks. One, the NDC, and I'm glad, are gaslighting the country, which is drawing a lot of independent-minded people into the conversation. For the past few weeks, we've come to accept, all of us generally, finally, that indeed, Galamsey, as we have it today, is an age-long matter. That's how they describe it now. They've stopped describing it as 8-year-old. The president, fortunately, yesterday never used in the past 8 years. So now I think it's a lot of progress. And I applaud everybody that has been involved in the conversation the past week. There's been some agreement to that it's an age long.
What has changed and worsened the situation? Is the kind of machinery. And we are told in 2023, 2024, excavator import was free for all. as much as this 6 billion worth of excavator import we saw in the country.
Today we are getting 200 excavators on daily basis into Ghana. Check at the port. 200 every day. 200 excavators a day in Ghana. I'm telling you, at the port. The last time the port got so congested that they had to decongest it and move excavators at night. But please don't digress. When I finish there, you can ask me the questions. That is the first one. Number two, I think the past week we've also all come to agree that Galamsey, as we have it, was not going to end simply because Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and NPP out of office. That impression was created for a very long time that Akufo-Addo himself was mining behind his house in Achim, and immediately you vote him out of office. You have cabinet ministers who actually said it. You vote him out of office, Galamsey will end. Now, the other very important point we all need to agree to is that the NDC and the government as we have today are finally coming to the realization that Galamsey is worsened. The last time when the president met the media and the government communications minister was speaking, he actually had the energy to tell the entire country that if you think Galamsey has worsened, provide evidence. I was shocked. I was shocked when the government minister actually told us that we should provide evidence and proof that Galamsey has worsened. Fortunately, in the past few days, a lot of people have provided proof. And I think finally, that has culminated into the president now saying, shall we meet and have a conversation? My worry with the NDC and how they are treating Galamsey is...
It's your preliminary comment.
Oh, so I
give each one of you 2 minutes.
So my time is up?
You've done 4 minutes.
So I'll come back?
Yes.
But I can finish?
Finish up.
Wait. My worry with the NDC and how they are handling Galamsey is that if we refuse to face the facts and the realities as we are hearing from our retired military man and the scientist and Council Bentil and co, we'll never get a solution. Because here we are, a government admitting that they are buying about